Good afternoon, Lutheran Haven. How are you doing today? Pretty exciting. Got a beautiful stormy day outside, and we're all inside in the bright fluorescent light. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We've got a pretty packed agenda with a lot of good stuff going on, and I think what we'll do is go ahead and get started. Pastor Elliott, if you'll please open us in prayer and then take us through your spiritual care update.
Thank you, Jerry. It's good to see you all today. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Dearest Lord, Heavenly Father, we give you thanks and praise for this place that you have created, this Lutheran Haven. As we look outside, we are reminded that you care for us in so many different ways, including bringing the rain that refreshes and restores, that causes growth, that supports us in our daily lives. We ask now that as we would meet together to hear about all the activities and projects and other things going on here at the Haven, that we would be reminded of how you care for us. Dear Lord, give us your peace. Continue to guard us and keep us from all evil, and keep us in your grace unto life everlasting. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. All righty. Well, it is certainly good to see you all today. Let me think. Let's go to the next slide, at least. Oh, I have the clicker. Your predecessor never gave me the clicker. All right. I got the power. All right. All right, just a reminder that we do have ongoing Bible studies Monday morning at 10 a.m. over at the ALF. You are more than welcome to come on over. It's a half-hour Bible study. It's run by Pastor Schaefer. You guys are more than welcome to come on in and join in. You know, come on in, have a little coffee and donut at 9:30, then walk across the street for a little Bible study, go home, take a nap. That sounds good. At any rate, Wednesday Bible studies are going to be starting up in August, both the Wednesday morning Bible studies over at St. Luke's and the community night Bible studies here. Our new deaconess intern, she doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be leading Bible study right out the gate as soon as she walks in the door. So I hope she's ready. We're going to find out. At any rate, so that will resume in August, so no worries, it is coming. We continue to worship over at the assisted living facility at 9:30 a.m. You guys are more than welcome to come on over. That service is run a lot like the afternoon divine service. There's no standing. We bring communion to you in your seat. If you have a little bit less mobility, it's a great option for you, and we encourage you to come on by. The afternoon divine at St. Luke's is this Thursday, June 22nd at 1:30 p.m. I'm not going to tell you who the pastor is, but you're looking at him. So you probably haven't heard my sermon yet, so come on. We'll tell you all about the Word of God. All right. Other news. We want to thank you for all of you that came out and interacted with the middle school students during the walkathon at VBS last week. The kids had a great time. I understand for the most part they were very respectful, which is a good thing. And the folks running it today said, you know, this is the first year we haven't had lice. So apparently that was a very good VBS. They were all very thankful. I'm glad you all laughed. At any rate, it was a very successful event. The kids had a wonderful time, and we do appreciate you coming out and interacting and answering their questions. It's a part of the intergenerational mix that we're trying to be very thoughtful and purposeful about at St. Luke's so that we all stay one family. That's important. Koinonia, Crafters in Christ, has been kind of down for the count while Deaconess McLean has been out. That is due to resume in July. I'll get to Deaconess McLean and her recovery in just a moment, but I just wanted to let you know that is coming back. And you might have seen the announcement this past Sunday in the online announcements about a new Lutheran for Life, Lutherans for Life chapter that they're trying to start up here in Central Florida. So it turns out there is no chapter in the southeastern United States, and if we are successful, we would be the first. Now, this is going to be a conglomeration of all Lutheran churches. Doesn't matter what the synod is. Everybody is invited to attend. It is, there should have, if you signed up on the online form. You should be getting an email shortly about when that organizational meeting will be. You're encouraged to come. You don't have to come by all means, but if this is something that's near and dear to your heart, please, by all means, feel free to join on in. As we go forward, we'll probably have some more information that'll be coming out from time to time. Yes.
Do you know where the meetings will be held?
No, I don't know where the meeting is at this point because I am not the organizer. I'm just the person that took the lead at St. Luke's. That's it. All right. Back to Deaconess McLean. She is healing. She is doing well. But of course, at the same time, her husband restarted chemo. So while she's healing, she's trying to care for him. And it's probably slowing things up just a little bit for her. So when she comes back, she still has a restriction of no lifting over 5 pounds for another 4 weeks. And she's due to be back this Thursday. That is, if she gets up and feels like it's going to be a good day to go do that. So keep praying for her. I'm sure if she doesn't start this week, she will start next week. She is making good progress. Surgery was totally successful, no cancer. So we look forward to her return. Any questions on that? Okay. Volunteers, we still could use a piano player on Tuesday morning devotions over at the ALF. It's at 8 a.m. If anybody plays the piano and they'd like to come on Tuesday mornings, you have to put up with me. So more than welcome to come. We'd love to have you. All right. And still yet to come, this is probably not a large enough picture, but it is a picture. You have President Vanaskis here on your left, Pastor Arp on the right, and in the middle is our new vicar and deaconess intern that is coming. It's Robert and Alyssa Choate, Choate, Choate. And they will be here at the end of July to be installed, and we're going to put them right to work. Now, the deaconess intern is going to be splitting her time between St. Luke's, the Haven, and Redeeming Life up in Sanford. So she is going to get a really, really wide variety of experiences. We're looking forward to it. So you probably won't see her all the time, but I am going to be sending her out into the cottages for the most part. So if you would like a visit, please let me know, and I'll put you on the list, and she will get to you just as soon as she can. Just one more thing here, and that is God at work. Over the past week and a half, 2 weeks, I have witnessed 2 instances of God at work, specifically in healing. Members and non-members of St. Luke's who have reached out and ended up pastors visiting them at the hospital with really serious injuries are really on the way to recovery. One should have never recovered. And the Lord has been so good. And I've been thinking about this a bit as I witnessed these 2 miracles, and I was thinking, what about the miracle of God's grace? You know, I have been by many a bedside, as 1 or 2 of you have passed over my 5 years here, and what about the miracle of His grace, that He would love us so much, that He would intervene into our certain death and bring us to Himself? Isn't that sweet? That is so sweet. So I ask you, if you have stories that you'd like to share with me about God at work in your life, I would love to hear them. You probably know me well enough by now that I don't parrot things that I hear. But if you'd like somebody else to hear your story, I would love to hear it. Please share it with me, because I would love to sit down and then praise God with you. It is a reminder to me that God is continually at work in our lives in ways that we just can't even imagine sometimes. And I think we should always be giving Him thanks and praise. With that, I am done, and I am opening the floor to any questions you might have. Wow, okay. That means I've talked too much. All right. So let's have Lori Baker come on up here, and she can fill you in on what's going on with all the activities.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't have anything going on right now. like. Okay, so this coming Monday, we have Buc-ee's. We're going to go up to Daytona Beach. We'll start picking up at 8:30 outside of your houses. We'll leave here at 9. Hopefully be back here at 1 so we can see Linda Kirk's presentation on the 80s. Again, the 80s with Linda Kirk coming up on Monday as well, 2 o'clock. This will be her 5th of 7 presentations that she's been talking about fascinating stories of Lutheran Haven. So make sure you come back and listen to her presentation. We have Cooking with Chef Eddie, Tuesday the 27th at 2 p.m. right here in Fellowship Hall. Bingo on the 28th, which is Wednesday, 1:30. Prizes will be from the state of Iowa. And I apologize for last month that we didn't. We had to cancel bingo. Just too many things going on. Our June birthday luncheon will be held on the 30th, which is the end of the month, at Cooks in DeLand. Pickup will begin at 10:30. Transportation costs will be $5, and that will be placed on your statement, and lunch is on your own, of course. Our next trip will be the Ark Encounter, which most of you know, and I'm sure you can't read that. The monies, or actually, if you would please sign up as soon as possible so I can get an exact count, so I can get all the monies sent to them. Again, it's $790 per person based on double occupancy. If you want a single room, add $254 on that. $72 if you want to have travel insurance. We will be there for 7 days, 6 nights, 10 meals, 6 breakfasts, 4 dinners. And we will see the Ark Encounter, the Creation Museum, the Cincinnati Museum Center, BB Riverboats. It's a sightseeing cruise. So again, your first payment is due now, and the final payment will be due no later than July 14th. And if you have any questions, you can see me later, and I can explain everything to you. Anyone have any questions for me? Okay, then I'll turn it over to Stephanie.
Hello. Everyone's quiet today. Wow, must be the rain. So we have a few new residents. We had several local folks move in this past month in May. So first, and I don't think anyone is here today as I looked around the room, but you'll see them around campus. So first we have Terry Neal. He's our newest resident at the Landings, and he moved to the Haven from Winter Springs. So he's in the second floor over there. I'm used to Raleigh doing this, so I'm waiting for the next slide. And then next up, we have Miss Yolanda Rivera, also at the Landings, first floor, 139. And there she is. Hey, if you like to stand up and wave. So that was very exciting. And then last but not least, we have Miss Diane Appleton. See, I'm still waiting for Raleigh, sorry. Trained. And she is in a cottage, 1936 Outer Circle, and she came from Winter Park. So we are happy they are all here. And that is it for me. Next up, we have Marianne with the frack.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Do you want me to do this for you?
No, I got it. Thanks. For those of you who aren't sure what FRAC is, it's the Foundation Resident Advisory Committee. This is a group of residents and staff people, and occasionally we get together and we plan events, and for the most part, they're all fundraising events. And as you probably know, tomorrow is Corn Fest, and we're really excited about this. I wanted to give you just a real quick update. We have 2 seatings. Tomorrow at the 11:30 seating, we only have 13 seats left. And at the 1 o'clock seating, we only have 10 seats left. So they are disappearing fast. These are free. We just ask you to go to the Landings, to the concierge desk, and pick up your ticket. That way we know how much we can planned for food-wise, but all the food, 100% of this has been completely donated. We ask hopefully that you would give a donation for our benevolent care fund. And if you look in the back, you can see all sorts of items that are a part of our raffle and our silent auction. Again, our community really came together to actually support the Haven, and they gave us so many nice things. And so we're hoping that you folks enjoy all of that. You bid on those items, you buy your raffle tickets, and there's going to be winners, and we will announce those at 2:45 tomorrow. So we're really excited about that. We've gotten, I think, $3,324 in retail value donated to us, and that does not include the food. That's just the raffle items and the auction items. So we really hope you come out for it. We had, I think, if you remember right, a $5,000 matching gift, and we have matched 3,000 of that so far. So we're really excited about that. So that's all I have for me, and I'm not sure who's next. Vince, my favorite physical terrorist. Yes.
All right, Vince and Julie.
Hi, everybody. Where's that? There you go. Okay. I am very excited to announce that Vince Farina is now going to be our new health and wellness director. Oh, sorry. Did you hear me? Let me say it over again. Okay. No. Vince Farina is going to be the new health and wellness director. This is Vince. So you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Vince. A lot of you have seen me before. I've been working here since 2014 in home health physical therapy. I'm also a certified personal trainer. I've been that since 2018, since I was 18 years old, and also certified lymphedema therapist as well. So we're gonna have some a new program coming to the wellness center here. It's going to be a group class, and basically what that's going to entail is it's going to be interval weight training. That's going to be groups of 3 to 5 people, and it's going to be located right over here in the gym. And basically what we're going to do there, we're going to be utilizing the cardio equipment with the treadmills, the rowers, the bikes, and the new step. And we're going to be combining that with resistance training. So we're going to be using pretty much all the equipment that we have over here in the gym. So it's going to be very good. There's a lot of good health benefits that come with this particular type of exercise, as you can see up here on the screen. One of the best ones right here: decreases the development of age-related muscle loss and strength, therefore reducing the risk for falls and fractures. Also improving strength, endurance, and mobility. And another one is the cognitive and brain function that it increases. There's many more, but these are just 3 of the very important ones that stood out to me. For those of you who aren't sure where to start in your health journey, give me a call. My number's up here on the screen. You can call me or text me at any time. My number is 407-451-7868. For those of you who would like to sign up for the new group class, I'm going to have a sign-up sheet right over here on my desk. So feel free to come by anytime and just sign up, or you can call me, whatever's easier for you. And I look forward to working with you and helping you achieve optimal health. Thank you very much.
I want to go back one slide.
Okay.
Okay. On top of that, what I wanted to let you guys know is we're going to start enhancing our fitness programs. We want to develop personal and group trainings, like what he just had announced. But we also want to put in an improvement of your well-being as well. So we're incorporating that in part of our wellness and nutrition therapy. Say that.
Nutrition therapy as well.
Okay.
Many good things to come.
Yeah, many good things to come, like smoothies and things like that.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is have a therapy integration into all of these fitness aspects, because we want to make sure that it's comprehensive and we want to make sure that it's safe for you. Okay, so it also ties in with home health. It also ties in with the outpatient. So as you graduate from home health to outpatient to the wellness, it's all comes full circle. Okay, so that you can maintain that physical health. Okay, any questions? Hey, Judy.
Are you still going to be Monday, Thursday balance?
You better believe it. You better believe it. Yep, we'll be here.
And the classes really haven't changed. The classes have not changed for their times.
Right.
Okay, we're just trying to tweak and enhance the program itself.
Yes.
So the days I know are real important to everybody to not change those dates and times. So as we start adding some of these programs, we'll be asking you what's the best time to do these fitness programs. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next up is Tammy with outpatient therapy. And she's going to be on the floor again. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm Tammy. I'm with physical therapy. We're with outpatient physical therapy. And that's our phone number there, 407-706-1270. So this is very similar to last time, so anybody that missed it, we're doing it again. Did you know that every 20 minutes, an older adult dies from a fall in the United States? So that being said, that's a big part of my presentation today. Some things I'd like you to take away from my presentation are ways to identify what causes a fall, how to prevent falls, and also what to do if you do fall. So fall prevention. If you are an older adult in your life, you have fallen, you're not alone. 1 in 4 people age 65 years and older fall each year. Many adults, they fear falling, and even if they haven't fallen before. So this fear may lead to avoid activities such as walking, shopping, or taking part in social activities with Lori Baker. But staying active is an important part of keeping your body healthy and helps prevent falls. So don't let your fear of falling keep you from being active. Learn more about what causes falls and how to lower your risks so you can feel more comfortable and stay active. Many things can cause a fall. Your eyesight, hearing, reflexes might not be as sharp as they were. Certain conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, problems with your thyroid, nerves, lack of sensation, blood vessels can be affected your balance and lead to a fall. Conditions that cause rush movements to go to the bathroom, such as incontinence, may also increase the chance of falling. Older adults with mild cognitive impairment or certain types of dementia are at higher risk of falling. Many things can cause a fall, age-related muscle mass known as sarcopenia. So these are some of the different greater rates of falls in seniors: cardiovascular accidents, transient ischemic attacks, arthritis, fractures, dementia, diabetes, vitamin D deficiency, anemia. These are all just to name a few of some of the things that could increase your chances of falling. So this is a nice little fall prevention checklist. Things you can do: install sturdy handrails on both sides of the stairs, keep your home free of clutter, place slip-proof mat in the tub, keep phone and electrical cords out of any pathway, keep a portable phone or medical alert device, install good lighting and use night lights throughout your home, install handrails in bathtubs and toilet areas. Of course, you could also use your walkers, canes, and other assisted devices that we could measure to help you have a proper alignment in outpatient therapy as well. And wipe any spills immediately. So this one's very important. This is just to know where most falls do occur: in the bathroom, living room, kitchen, and garden. So with this in mind, it's really important to keep a chair handy in these areas. It could help assist in properly getting up, and I will demonstrate that in just a moment. So steps to take to prevent falls: stay physically active. Try balance and strength training exercises also with Vince. Awesome. Fall-proof your home. Have your eyes and hearing tested. Find out about the side effects of any of your medications. Get enough sleep. Avoid or limit alcohol, and stand up slowly. And then what to do if you do fall. First, stay calm and breathe. That's the biggest one. If you have any pain, call 911 or press your emergency medical alert system. If you're unable to get up, make noise, yell for help, try to get the attention. Caregivers, just be sure to check for injuries indicated by bruising, discoloration, or evidence of a break. If the person grimaces or cries out when you try to move them, when you try to touch their limbs, call for the ambulance and keep them calm, laying down until help arrives. That is the best advice if you're not able to physically help the person up as well, for your safety and for also the person who fell. All right, so this is how to get up from a fall. So I'm just gonna break it down and demonstrate. So hang tight. See if I can figure this out. Let's see here. Ta-da, ta-da. So if you do have a problem getting up, you definitely want to wait and make sure somebody's there to help you up, or wait for medical personnel. So just let me know if this is a good spot. Ideally, right? Preferably, you do want a chair that has armrest. All right. So, I've fallen and I can't get up. The first thing you want to do is just try to stay calm. You're going to take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. A good thing to check is to see if you are in pain. Can you move your fingers? Can you move your feet, your toes? If you're able to, I want you to take your time in between each step. The first step, you'll bend one knee and then the other, and you're going to roll onto your side. From here, take your time again. Go ahead and take a deep breath. And just take your time with it. You're going to use your arms and you're going to push yourself in a side position, gently coming up. And from here, you can roll onto your knees, hands and knees, into a tabletop position. Here, you want to look around for that chair, and you're going to crawl to that chair. Once you get to your chair, you'll put your forearms on the chair or on the armrest, and you're going to place one foot down into a half kneeling position. From here, you're going to shift your weight, take your time, breathe, push up, and you can move your hands up to the armrest, slowly turn, and sit down. And if this is very challenging and overwhelming, that's something we work on in outpatient therapy as well, and we'll teach you how to safely get up off the floor as well. If you have certain limitations, there's other ways we can assist with that. Ta-da! Therapy is providing pelvic floor dysfunction therapy treatments. So you could ask yourself, are you experiencing any bowel or bladder incontinence when you're laughing, when you're sneezing, when you're coughing, or with any movements or certain activities? Do you have any lower back pain or dysfunction? Do you have poor trunk and pelvic stability? You may benefit from pelvic floor strengthening exercises. So stop by our outpatient therapy clinic. Our phone number again is 407-706-1270. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. We'll see you next month on the floor. Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I look good with this thing. Okay. So I have a few points to bring to your attention. Operations. For those of you that are out after sunset or still out before sunrise in the morning walking or whatever, I hope you've noticed that Duke Energy has fulfilled their end of the agreement with changing all of the lights to LED lights. So our homes and our streets and everything are a lot brighter now. As most of you know, I'm here pretty early in the morning, and I've noticed the difference. I drive the property. I go all the way down to Section 4 and do the loop and check it all out. And I'm glad. It's been a long time coming. It's been about 16 months since I originally requested that they make these changes. But they finally completed them, and everything's been converted to LED. So that's good. Also, over at the dog park, we had a couple of street lights that like to fall down and take a nap themselves. Well, we had those replaced with bollard lights. Instead of 3, we have 5. They're lower to the ground, and they illuminate the sidewalk a lot more. Makes it better for walking after nightfall. And although there's still, we did move them over from the sidewalk a little bit further. That doesn't mean they can't get hit, but at least if they get run into, they won't fall and hit anybody in the head. I hope so. That sidewalk is a lot brighter over there. We're looking at trying to put a 6th light so that it illuminates the dog park itself a little bit more, but that's still in the early stages. Over in the independent living areas, we've caught 1 raccoon, and we're working on the second one out toward the back there. Raccoons are raccoons. They're in the neighborhood. They're going to be there. We're not going to be able to catch them all, but we're going to do the best we can if they're a nuisance. So we're paying attention to it. Just let us know if you see one, and please don't go anywhere near them. If you happen to see one, just in case they could be rabid or something like that, just stay away from them, but call concierge and notify us of that. The non-potable water was repaired last month. We had multiple issues with it, actually, that was preventing it from working consistently. So we had the tank replaced a couple of weeks ago, and it's been fine since. We've gone through our hurricane prep, by the way. That's important that you've all done your section hurricane prep. We've gone through and tested all of the portable generators that we have. I actually purchased a 3rd water pump for the retention areas, especially particularly behind Chipmunk and over by where the ECC is. I purchased one that actually pumps 33% more water than the other sizes that we have. The last storm that we had, it was really difficult keeping up with that, so that the homes in that back end of Chipmunk, they weren't affected, but it was pretty close. So we have something that pumps at a higher rate, and hopefully that'll resolve any issues over there. The landings, the grill issue has finally been resolved after months and months with the gas. There was an issue with the valve that nobody was able to locate until about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. We got that working. So just follow the protocols with that. If you want to use the grill over there, go to the concierge and they can talk you through it. And lastly, just wanted to mention that we've had some more staffing issues come up recently with the operations department. We're really down on staff, so I appreciate the patience that you all show when you put your work orders in. I've asked concierge, and I've spoken to the ops guys that they deal with the urgent matters as soon as they can. If you've got a picture that you want hung up or something like that, that might take a little bit longer than normal. So thank you for your patience with that, but we're working on it. I've been communicating with Human Resources, with Edwin, to try to expedite getting some new team members in here, but we're working on that. So thank you for your patience. Any questions, anybody? Yes.
Are you still putting in the filters and the smoke detector yet?
Yes, we've started that. We've gone through section 4, started sections 1, 2, and 3, but with the loss of staff, it kind of interrupted that process, but we'll get back to it as soon as possible. Yes. Yep. Okay, I'd like to invite up Jerry.
Okay, thanks, David. And if you guys just take a minute to also thank David for, and we're going to do some thanking a little bit further in my presentation today as well. As soon as he gets one man back, he's got another man down, but one thing you won't ever see is David down. He's always trying to get stuff done. Sometimes he's really hard to find, and that's because he's out doing. So David, we greatly appreciate it, and we couldn't ask for a better person doing this. I'm going to be saying that a fair amount today. We'll go through a few things. I'll try and keep it relatively brief, but I did want to give you guys some updates. Let me go back one slide, and I'll get back to that one. But first, we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of really good things going on. We got the Corn Fest coming up in August. We have our Thanksgiving and celebration. We've got all this hard work that's been going on with the Haven through the decades. So many people have contributed to that, and it's just really awesome to watch all this happening on our campus. We've got new fitness programs that we're going to be able to integrate more into some of our therapy programs, and with our health concierge, they're introducing new programs. The outpatient therapy, just everybody is kicking around. Lori's getting more trips going. It's really a we're not without our challenges. Obviously, we'll go through a couple of those, but it's really a wonderful time to be here, and what makes all that happen is you guys and our staff, and pretty much our shared belief in letting God lead us through and take us on all these journeys and trips that we go through. And let's see, a couple of quick things going through Lori's thing. Buc-ee's, really? We're making a bus to Buc-ee's. And now I'm saying that, okay, I'm saying that I get it, because every time I go down that road, I stop at Buc-ee's. I say the same thing to myself. Buc-ee's, really? It is. It's amazing. So that was my one thing, and then I just want to remind you guys, we've got raffle tickets for the raffle up here. They're on sale right now. There'll be somebody here till 4 o'clock today. Lori will be here tomorrow morning. I think she said she would come in around 2:30 tomorrow morning. If you guys want to, did I miss? Yeah, okay, 2:30. No, so I think she'll be here around 7ish, somewhere along in there. Somewhere along in there. So don't forget that. And they'll be on sale until I think 2:45. Yeah, 2:45, and it all goes to a great cause. So with those few things out of the way, I want to give you a quick update on a few things. Obviously, last week, I believe it was last week, we had some culinary challenges with in our culinary department, and we were forced to make some changes to scale down our menu. And so the first thing is I want to let you know that we should be back on track next week. So we did have to go, I think today or yesterday, we had to go back to that minimal menu. Whoops. And I've got to get to my notes here. So the first thing is thank you to all the residents, particularly those that eat every day. It was a last minute. It was on a Friday. We tried to get as much notice out as we could on that Friday, and we greatly appreciate your guys' patience with us. This was just the strangest circumstances that allowed this to happen. Then again, just like we thank David and everybody for all the things that they do, our dining staff did a fantastic job. We had a couple of people that were just working every other day for cooks, and I'll give you a little bit of the numbers on that. And we had, I think Jeannie and the concierge team stepped up and did some work over at the Light Bites. And I believe Raleigh may have even gotten behind the counter once or twice. And we had new people who had just started and didn't have time to be trained. So I know it was frustrating at times with service and everything, but I think the most important thing to me is they were all doing the best they could to try and take care of you guys and do what they could. And you guys were just awesome. And so I want to thank you guys very much for that. And just to give you a little bit of background, we had in the week coming up, I'm going to say week, it might have been 6 days, or it might have been a little more than a week, but we had, in that period of time, completely unplanned, we knew that John was leaving, or John Ortega was leaving. We knew John was leaving, so he was gone at that point. We were in the process of interviewing. And unplanned, we had 4 cooks and 3 aides/servers that went out for either medical or family emergencies completely unplanned. So when you think about our entire dining department, that's probably around half. And so when I go back to how Pastor Elliott opened in his spiritual update about prayer, all of these could use some prayers, because none of them were like, oh, I'm going to Disney for vacation. There was some stuff going on. I can't go into what it is, but just know that they or their families could use some prayer, and they all seem to be doing okay now, and eventually they'll be back with us, which is wonderful. But that was just something we couldn't overcome. In today's age of staffing, to be able to fill 7 vacancies that you didn't even plan on happening, it's pretty much impossible. So now go back to what I said before about some of the people and the extra work they were doing, and not taking any days off in a row, and the extra hours that they were putting in. You had 4 or 5 people doing the work of 10. So and other people contributing. So just to kind of put some context to that, and we believe we've got everything set now. And another person to thank on that is Edwin. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day, it was let your fingers do the walking. Remember that? The Yellow Pages, right? Well, Edwin was going through every prior employee, every resume that came in, calling people, and he was able to. We've got everybody. We've got replacements coming in for everybody over the next 2 weeks. Most of them had to give notice where they were, which we respect, because we're very happy when our employees do that for us. So Edwin was here on Saturdays making phone calls, trying to get people, because he knew they were working during the week. So it was an all hands on deck from everybody. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because it was a big deal. It did mean something to us, and we didn't just take it lightly that, oh, we're going to change the menu and cut the hours and not serve here or there. That's the very last thing we wanted to do. But nonetheless, we were forced to do that. Quick update on the 2024 budget. Not really a whole lot to update you on. We're continuing to plow through that thing. We have the same challenges. You've heard David talk about it. You just heard me talk about it. Staffing, what the staffing and issues are going to be, and what that does to the wages, trying to predict how that's going to affect the wages. And you can see it across every industry, that is a challenge. Inflation, on the plus side, it's been trending down. I think in May, it was at 4%, and April or March, it was around 4.9 for our year. So for September of 22 through May, it's been 6.2% during that period of time, even though, for the month of May, it was 4%. So we're hoping that continues. However, sometimes that ignores the food index, or that ignores utilities and labor. So those things are can be outside of that number. But we're watching that, and we're working really hard on the budget. So to go to a few project updates, go through the mailboxes and ALF renovation, all that good stuff. And if, for those of you wondering where Raleigh is out gone fishing. Well-deserved break. He's at the beach with his family, and hopefully it's prettier out there than it is here right now. So on the mailbox, we finally got our permits. We've got our materials in. We've got our permits in. And guess what? We have to get inspected now. The concrete slab. So they'll be there to inspect the concrete slab. So we got building permits. We got materials, we got a slab, but we got one more inspection to do. And then we'll be able to finally get those boogers. And what'd you say, David, 16 months for lights? I think it's been 16 years for mailboxes. ALF, we continue to be pretty much on schedule. We're a little bit behind. As you could guess, anytime you tear into walls and do all those kinds of things, you find little thises and that's that you didn't know about, and that's delayed us a little bit, but nothing major. We continue to move pretty much on track. It looks like phase 1 is scheduled to end sometime in October. So that's the main body, the dining room and all the rooms. The phase 2 will start on, I think, about 2 weeks after phase 1 gets done. So initially we were looking at like November, December. Now we're kind of looking at December, January. So that's really still, in this current time, that's not too bad. And but things seem to be going pretty well. We've done several walkthroughs, and I think for the most part, things have gone very well with that project. The Aquatic Center, we've got the site plan has finally been approved by the county, which what that does is that allows for the next step of the builder can now go in for permitting. So they can start submitting the plans for permitting. We still have TECO, I think, is coming out in July to relocate their lines, utility lines or whatever it is that they've got, the gas lines. And we are still waiting for Jeff Booker's favorite people, AT&T, to come out and do their work. So that one's moving on pretty good. The our infamous burned out units back there in section 4. Again, you wouldn't, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't believe me. That we've got our permits. County said you're ready to go, you can go, except that because it was fire damage, they got to have some other county person come out and inspect it one more time, right? So we've had, and it's the same department. I think it's the fire department, and they're the ones that put out the fire. So I'm not sure what they need to inspect at this point, but anyway, they do. So we're pretty much ready to go on that, except for that one inspection. And it seems like we're always one inspection away. Isn't that the case? And our cottage units, we're continuing to work on those as hard as we can, as fast as we can. We're coming to the end of most of the ones that require the largest amount of work to refurbish. So a lot of our older units, we still have a few of those out there. But I just wanted to let you know a couple things, because when you're out there, you always see, it's like we got 10 or 12 or 13 units, always, right? If you went out and you count, we got always 13 units. When are those going to get done? I just want to assure you it's not the same 13 units, okay? So it's always about that many, but it's not the same ones. And so Raleigh went back and bless his heart for doing this. He went back, and if you started in fiscal 2021, okay, so in fiscal 21, starting there through May of this year, we have refurbished approximately 38 cottage units, about 38 cottage units, which represents right around 22% of our total units. So that's a pretty good chunk of units that has been done. And like I said, I think we're at a point now where some of the units that we're starting to see come open, a lot of those don't need quite as much work. So we should start seeing those go a little quicker now. At least we hope that's the case. And but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know it's not the same units. It's the same number, but it's not the same units. We are completing some of them as we go through. Next, I just want to let you know, I think last time I was here, I told you we had a question about how do we use the portal, blah, blah. So we've got a portal workshop, resident portal workshop, scheduled for July the 11th. It'll be here in Fellowship Hall. There'll be a sign-up sheet over there with where all the other sign-up sheets are. At this point, I'm going to say there's really not a limit because we've got this whole room, and we're just going to kind of be going through how to access it. If you're having any problems, how to navigate in there, how to use the iCare Connect, how to use the YouTube channel, those kinds of things, because we do understand that not everybody's used to using all the technology. And if you saw from my demonstration last month of technology, I ain't exactly the greatest at using it either. And I'll be your instructor, so sign up for a fun-filled session. We'll have 2 p.m. here, and again, the sign-up will be in Lori's office. The last thing I'm going to put up, we've now started to put our meetings, our town hall meetings, up on the YouTube channel, and I wanted to tell you that, and then I thought, well, how do you know how to get to the YouTube channel, right? So I put that up there. So if you don't already know how to go to the YouTube channel, you can. We'll leave that up there for a little bit. I won't flip to the question screen. That way people have time to write it down. Otherwise, I would have said, well, this will be on the YouTube channel, so go to the YouTube channel to find out how to get there, which is the typical way I would probably give directions. So with that, I'm pretty much done. So if there's like to open it up for any questions, I do need to see if we've got, I don't know if Lori's got any called in questions. Let me just check. Oh, there's my skills coming back again. There we go. No questions yet? Okay. Tell me when you get any, and then I'll try and figure out how to get to them. Any questions from out here? Yes, sir.
On the mailboxes, are you going to do all of them or just those 2?
Okay, the question is for the mailboxes, are we going to do all of them or just those 2? To start with, we'll do those 2. To start with, we'll do those 2, and then we'll move on to the next 2. We needed to get those done, and so that's the plan of progression. Yes, ma'am.
While you're doing mailboxes, any thought of ever redoing the bulletin boards by the mailboxes? They're in pretty poor shape.
I'll give you the best answer I can, which is I don't know, because I haven't been that involved in exactly the design. But I think by doing the whole mailbox structure, I'm not surprised. I think everything's probably going to be looked at to get redone. But certainly, if you can remember, just mention it to Raleigh so we make sure that if we have the opportunity to, we can. Any other questions? Yep. Yes, sir. Okay, so the question is on our website, although the actual site itself, when you log into the resident portal, it requires it's fairly tight, requires a password and a username and password that actually has a few layers of security. The question though is when you when you go to the site, in the address bar, it says this site is unsecured, right? Okay, so the best thing I can do to answer that is, Jeff! Okay, so according to our buddy Jeff, that has just recently been taken care of. So we should be good. We should be in good shape for that. Great question, though. Any other questions? Okay. Well, again, Lori, any questions back there? Nope. Okay. So thank you guys so much for coming out. It looks like you're going to beat the rain, and we will see you next time. Have a great, blessed day.